Today we talked about a few things, right? We talked about let me get my notes, and I put it up there yesterday. We talked about see what you can say, right? We talked about see what you can say, and this is what it looks like right there. So if you say it, you're going to see it. So if you say I'm broke, sick, healthy, unhealthy, you're going to see no money, sickness, health, and unhealthy. If you're a millionaire, health, abundance. And what if you're not seeing it? Like, what happens when you're not seeing what you say? Well, then that's when you use your affirmations and then your confirmations to realize it. So if you're saying your affirmations and you're still not seeing it, in order for your affirmations or for you to see what you say, you got to confirm it. That means you actively seek out something that confirms what it is that you're searching for. If I want to be a millionaire, if I am a millionaire, then I search out the things that confirm that. That's JoJo paying attention to her bank account. Look at things that confirm that you are already that thing which you said you are. Y'all with me? So if you missed that, go back and watch yesterday's show. So today, all right, we're going to talk about, and this is close up in case you want to see if you missed it yesterday. So this is your affirmations, confirmation, and that equals your realization. So everything you say, you will see, okay? I did not write this because my handwriting is not that good. My daughter wrote it. So if you would like for me to take a picture, I'll hold it if you want to screenshot this. So you can try this, because I want you to try. Just like we talked about doing this exercise, I want you to put say first and then see. And then do this exercise all day, okay? Affirmations, confirmation, equal realization. So this morning, I want to talk about like the levels of thinking. Because as we're on this journey and as we're going about doing our things, our level of thinking it has to change in order to get to where we need to go. Like you don't have any choice but for it to change. And if your level of thinking is not going to change, good morning, Laura. If your level of thinking is not going to change, then you got to ask yourself, why are you beginning this journey anyway? And I posted a video about that last night. Like, why are you beginning this journey? Why is it important? Go back and watch. I think I posted around 9 o'clock last night. So go back and watch that. Why is this journey even important? So let's talk about the levels of thinking first. Again, Rosie wrote this. And I don't know if y'all can see it that far away. Let me hold it up for you. How about that? I'm going to hold it up for you. And then, so here's our levels of thinking right here. So first you have your introduction, right? Your introduction is you receiving more information. So as you are changing, as you're growing, your level of thinking, you're being introduced to new thoughts and ideas. That's number one, okay? And it may come from the morning show. It may come from a friend. It may come from somebody. But your level of thinking is changing when you begin to get introduced to new thoughts, okay? The second one is awareness. Well, really, it should be awareness and introduction, because, good morning, Josh, you got to become aware first before it even be introduced to you. Because if you're not aware that a new thought is possible, when somebody introduces it to you, you're not open-minded enough to receive it. That's the whole point. One of the points of the Fearless Morning Show is that you're open-minded enough to receive something different. Just for a minute, just for you to go, let me think something different. So your levels of thinking is awareness, your introduction. Then you go into your research mode. Listen, these are all the steps that I've been through. And when somebody like in school, remember when you were in school, this is what the same concept applied in school, now that I think about it. So as you're on this journey, as you are wanting to be healthy, you want to be a millionaire, you want love, you want all the things, you become aware, you get introduced to new thought, and now you're doing the research part of it. And the research part of it is simply you seek. And yesterday when we talked about see what you say and confirmation, in that confirmation is where you do your research, okay? That's where you are researching out what it is that you said or the thing that you're now aware of, the thing that you've been introduced to. So for me, when I was introduced to the I am statements and different levels of thinking and different ways of thinking, I had to do my research. And so as I'm doing my research, that's me confirming the thing that I said I wanted. I wanted something different. I got to confirm it. So I start doing research. Okay. So then when you do it, after you did your research, you got to go through a trial phase, right? I wear them every day, Joshua. Usually y'all can't see me from the neck up. So every day I have on a belly shirt, even in the winter. I have on a belly shirt and the waist beads never come off. So next up is your trial phase, right? So, and y'all can write these down. I'll if you want to screenshot it, I'll hold it still. I'm trying to do both cameras. So your trial phase is where you decide, now that you become aware, you've been introduced, you've done your research, your trial phase is where you say, you know what? JoJo is crazy, but let me look at this for a minute. Let me try out a new thought. Let me just think about what it is that I want to, let me just see. Because listen, you already know for sure what you're doing right now is not working and it's aggravating and frustrating you. You know that for sure. What you don't know now for sure is that this new thought and idea that I'm sharing with you, you don't know if it really works. So you become aware. I've introduced you to it. You started the research because you got to listen. Don't trust JoJo. I can share some very factual things. Go do your own research. And then you get into that trial phase where you try it for yourself. Okay? Where you try it for yourself. And that is you saying and consistently saying and doing, let me try this thing. Because I don't know, because you know this ain't working. You don't know if this new thing is going to work. Right, Kim? I'm all for the open-mindedness. So when we are in the trial phase, we are trying the thing out for us. Then we go to number 5, which is implementation phase. So I tried it out. Now I'm implementing. Like I tried it for 2-3 days. I tried it for 30 days. Now I'm going to implement this thing. I'm going to make it a part of JoJo. So if mine was to if I'm the Live Past Crazy specialist and I've done all of this and I'm now in the implementation phase, I'm implementing the tools that I now have to consistently live past crazy. Consistently show up for myself. Consistently be peaceful, period. Consistently accept love. I'm consistently doing that thing. So now I'm implementing it. Implementing it means I've done all the things I need to do. My research is tight. I understand it. I've tried it out. And now, not only do I like it enough that I've tried it out, I want it to become part of me. So when we're thinking new thoughts, these are the phases you want to go through. So when I decided that I was going to think positive thoughts, and yes, I understand the negatives out there, and I'm not positive Patty, who's going to say, oh, just think positive and everything's going to be okay. I'm saying you got to feel your feelings. You allow them your space. And then you decide from that moment on, are you going to stay in that feeling of sadness, dark depression, or are you going to choose another thought? There's a difference. And so when I decided to implement that, right, I consistently showed up with it every day. When you consistently show up, you'll begin to see some changes. Number 6 is it now becomes your belief system. Okay? It now becomes your belief system. So if y'all been with me for a minute, y'all know what a belief system is. I'll hold this here in case anybody wants to screenshot it. Your belief system, right, is simply a series of thoughts and ideas that you think over and over and over again. So if you look at this and work this backwards, this is you reinstating a new belief system into your life. And there you go, Joshua. You got to do what you got to do. So as you work this backwards, this is you implementing a new belief system. Okay? You implemented, you had a trial phase, you researched it, you became aware, where you were introduced to it, you became aware of it. This is getting a new belief system. And your belief system is simply a series of thoughts that you have over and over and over again. So whatever you think, again, if we go back to see and say, so this right here is your belief system. Come on, Josh. That's right. That is absolutely right. We don't give up. I may pause. I may take a break. I may want to think a different thought, but I don't stop. So my belief system, all of this is intertwined into my belief system. I'm thinking a different thought. I'm confirming it every day. Oh, it's backwards over here. I'm confirming it every day. This is my research. This is my implementation phase. The realization here is now that it's my belief system. Okay? Now, I will tell you, there have been plenty of days I've wanted to give up. There have been plenty of days where in the beginning of this journey, honey, Jojo cried. I sat on the floor. I said, Lord, why me? I did all the negative thinking that you can think of. I had the biggest pity parties you can name. Now, when I have pity parties, honey, I invited people and we had cake and ice cream for my pity parties. Like, we did all the things. All of them. But then there came a point where I had to decide, is sitting here having this pity party, if I said I wanted this, and even though I can't see it, what's confirming it? You got that. It's still progress. That's right. What am I doing consistently? What am I saying and seeing consistently that is now becoming part of my belief system? Okay? Because what you see and say, you're doing this and it's becoming part of your belief system. Okay? Regardless of what you want to say, what you want to believe, what you think is not true or not, what you say, what you see, your affirmations, confirmation, realization, all of that is becoming part of your belief system. Your belief system shows up every single day. It shows up in how you prepare yourself for the day. Your belief system shows up in how you get ready for the day. Your belief system shows up in how you carry yourself for the day. Your belief system shows up in every single aspect of your life. Period. It's showing up. Now, what your belief system is totally up to you. So, if we're doing our levels of thinking, right? You're going to become aware of a new thought. And you can call me crazy. I just want to introduce a new thought to you. You're going to become aware of it so that you can really be introduced to it. Then you're going to start doing your research. Then it's a trial phase where you're going to try it out. Then you're going to implement it. Like, I really like this. And so you're going to start doing it every day. And then it becomes your belief system. And your belief system is simply a series of thoughts that you have over and over and over again. A to the man, Joshua, we consistently believe those things. And you have to consistently believe that they're going to get better. So I wish I could see this so I don't have to take it down. But I think I'm going to have to take it down. And yes, I just randomly have big sticky notes in my house. So Rosie did. Thank you, Rosie. She's at work. I have to show her graphed it very well. So this is new ideas. And she wrote it backwards. Here it is. It's like this. So this is the graph, right? This is what we just said in graph form. So you have your new ideas over here. Whatever that new idea is, you thinking positive, live past crazy, sister rise, team abundance, pick one. Whatever the new thought is, right? You start out here with awareness and introduction. This is your starting point. You always going to start at the bottom. We usually want to come over here and start at the top and wonder why shit ain't working right. It's because you're trying to be this when you never understood this. You got to understand this part first. You got to become, as you become aware of it and become introduced to the thing, the new thought and idea, you're starting here. And the more you establish yourself, the more you grow. You can't keep growing unless you understand these points. So once I become aware, now I'm doing my research, right? So your little points should keep going up, right? So I've researched it, right? Now I'm in the trial phase. You see, I'm no longer here. I'm moving on up in the world. So your trial phase, then this is the implementation phase. I'm really liking what I'm doing. It's going to become a part of my life. Right here, it is now my belief system. Can y'all see that pretty good? Now it's become my belief system. So once it becomes my belief system, right, and it's a part of me, it is who I am. So when I say my affirmations, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am wise, whatever statement you want to put on there. Once you say I am, and you need the confirmation of it so you can see the realization of it, you start this journey here. Now, if you've been introduced to the thought or the idea for a while, and maybe you need to do more research. Maybe you need to start here. Because you've heard the thought and idea a couple of times, maybe it's time to do the research of it. Maybe you need to say, you know what, that JoJo really is crazy, but let me research it on my own. Let me think about what she said. Because I'm JoJo from North Carolina. Okay? I'm JoJo from North Carolina, worked at McDonald's, y'all know. I'm just saying, do your research. So if this is the new idea, if it's being introduced to you, you got to become aware. And you got to allow the introduction to happen. And if you've heard the thought over and over several times, maybe it's time for you to do your research. So maybe you need to start here. As you do your research and you're in that trial phase of trying to figure out, is this really going to work for you? You're here. Now you really like it. Think of this in terms of, let's use the example of working out. Some days you don't want to work out, but when you're trying to figure it out and you get into that implementation phase, where you decide this is good enough, I'm going to keep trying it, then you do it every day. And then you get over here to where it becomes your belief system. Eating right is now your belief system. Working out is now your belief system. Paying attention to your money because you want to be a millionaire is now your belief system. Your belief system is simply a series of thoughts that you have over and over and over and over again. So if I'm thinking the same thought, listen, eventually you will find yourself here all the time. At least not all the time, but frequently. Because as you grow, as you grow, you're going to be introduced to different things, right? So if this is my new idea, right, and these right here is my levels of thinking. This is the new idea that's being introduced, and this is the levels of thinking that I'm going to go through. And as you grow and as you go, right, you're going to be introduced to new thoughts over and over and over again. Now listen, as you're being introduced to new thoughts, sometimes you will skip the awareness and introduction. You're going to go straight to the research phase. Because your foundation has been built, that some of it, you understand the concept of it. You ain't grasped it yet, but you got the concept. Then you need to go in the research phase. So maybe you can skip 1 through 2, 1 and 2, and go straight to research phase. Or maybe you can do 1, 2, and skip 1, 2, and 3, and go straight to trial phase. I've heard this enough. I've read it. It's been introduced to me, and because listen, this is what happens. Everything happens in layers, okay? So you understand your I am statements. You understand your positive thinking. You understand your affirmations. Listen, my sticky notes are sticky. You understand that your affirmations are here, and that your confirmations are you confirming what you said you wanted to see. It is now becoming your realization. So you got the foundation. You got the first formula down. So now you can just easily add on to it. Let me go straight to implementation phase. I've heard this enough. I've heard it enough that maybe I can try it. Now, if you skip and go straight to trial phase, where you're trying it out, or you skip and you go straight to implementation phase, and something doesn't work out, maybe you need to back it up to research phase. Have a good day, Joshua. So if you jump, now listen, what will happen if somebody introduces a new idea and you say, oh, I can skip 1, 2, 3, and I can go straight to 4, which is your trial phase or your implementation phase, and it don't work out. It doesn't work out. It ain't mathing like it was supposed to math. JoJo said if I said my affirmations and I did my positive thinking, that everything would work out. You might have to go back to 1 and 2, at least 3, and do your research, right? And then I heard this quote, and I need y'all to be open-minded and listen, okay? Because once you hear it, you're going to be like, hell no, JoJo, that ain't true. But it is when you stop and think about it. Y'all ready? I don't know if y'all ready for this quote, right? But I'm going to tell it to you. All things are possible to those. So we know the quote that all things are possible to those who believe, right? That's not true. All things are not possible to those who believe. The truth is, all things are possible to those who know how to believe. Those who believe and those who know how to believe are two totally different things. So let me show you. And I'm getting this, thank you, in my head right now. So if I understand, if all things are possible to those who believe, this is my affirmation phase. This is my awareness, my introduction. All things are possible to those who believe. If I say I believe I'm a millionaire and I don't see it, and I look at my see and say, I say I'm healthy, but I don't see healthy. Or I say I'm healed and I don't see healed. Then what I'm believing becomes harder and harder and harder for me to believe. Okay? So, if I say those who believe, all things are possible for those who believe, everybody sits here. You want to know how everybody sits here? Because everybody prays on Sunday morning. Everybody can fall out, speak in tongues, honey. We're going to cover you in a purple cloth. We're going to douse you in holy oil. We're going to lay hands on you. We're going to do all the things. And you are still going to be here. When you get up from whatever you're doing, you're still going to be here. You're still going to be saying your affirmation. Lord, I believe. But when you say it because you don't see it, you don't think it's real. So it is all things are possible to those who know how to believe. And knowing how to believe, I understand that if I say it, and even if I can't see it, I'm going to confirm it. I'm going to say it. And in my confirmations of things, it is me seeking out the thing that is confirming what I said I wanted. If I'm going to be the first millionaire in my family, me confirming that is me doing millionaire things. If I say I'm going to be healthy, then I work from the end state because I understand the I am statement. Because God comes to create, never to destroy. So when I said I am healthy, I created that, and then I'm filling the mold with I am healthy. If I say that and I don't believe it, I stay here. Let me show. Listen. Let's break out the graph. I think I'm healthy. I'm aware of it. I've been introduced to it. I've even done my research. But if I never move into the implementation phase, the trial phase, implementation, and make it my belief system, I never believe the idea. I never believe it. All things are possible to those who know how to believe. This is your levels of thinking over here. Thank you, Dewan. Right, Miss Laura. It's you got. When I say you got to pick anybody in the Bible, they had to believe against. I think Abraham. Somebody said even against my unbelief. Levels of thinking. Everybody in the Bible had to do these levels of thinking. They had to deny what they currently saw. They had to believe something other than what was in front of them. They had to believe that they were not broken, believe that they were healthy. They had to say that and continuously believe that. They started out with God introducing the awareness and the thought to them. Then they had to do the research with Jesus. I don't know. Let me try to research this. Let me see if you know what you're talking about. You telling the creator, let me research to see if he know what he's talking about. Then you go through the trial phase. Then you was like, you know what, creator? I think you might be on to something. Let me implement this throughout my whole life. Now it becomes your belief system. This is how every religion in the world was created. Your belief system is simply a series of thoughts that you have over and over and over again. So this is how you make your mama's cornbread, because you saw her do it over and over and over again. That's why you wash your clothes. That's why you fold your towels. That's why you mop on Saturday. That's why you clean the house the way you do. It is your belief system that was ingrained into you every day by thought, word, and deed. Every single day. So all things are possible to those who know how to believe. Absolutely, Laura, I don't. If there's no money in my bank account, you cannot tell me I'm not rich. So this is what we talked about yesterday. You want to take a screenshot of it. Your affirmations plus your confirmations is your realizations. Say and see. And I want you to start with the say first and then move over here to the see. If I say I'm broke, that's what I'm going to see. It's easy. If you have on a red shirt and you say I have on a red shirt, that's all you'll see today. This is real simple. And then when you say it and you don't see it, it's because you need to stay up here in the confirmation phase. You need to seek out that thing that confirms what you said you wanted. This is your belief system until you see it. So all things are possible to those who know how to believe. Because if I just say, oh, I believe it, but when I say it and I don't see it and I begin to doubt that it's so, then do I believe it? So all things are possible to those who know how to believe. How do you believe? Honey, let's do our levels of thinking. This is JoJo's levels of thinking. A to the man, Kim. And not only they stored up in heaven, we can have them here on earth. I can have all the things here. Jesus didn't say I had to wait. Some people are waiting on death to be free. He didn't say I had to wait on heaven to enjoy things here. He said to take dominion here. Enjoy life here. This is JoJo's levels of thinking. We have the new idea. Become aware. We're introduced to it. We think about it. We do our research to see if JoJo's really crazy. Do your research. Then you go into your trial phase. If you ever worked in the healthcare industry, or you've heard it said this is a trial drug. I used to work for a pharmaceutical company, and my job was to read, the people who did the trial drugs was to read the information of how they felt when they took the trial drugs. So I had the final say that went back out to the site to say this is what this person really said, thought, and felt about this drug. So your trial phase is you literally trying it out, right? And then once you understand that it's good, you're going to start to implement it, and then eventually it becomes your belief system. Come on, Laura, A to the man, friend. So this is your idea of level of thinking. Okay? So on this great, most amazing day. And it's going to be a good day. I want you to be peaceful, period, because there's nothing after that. All things are possible for those who know how to believe. We know how to believe because we have our levels of thinking. We're confirming what we're saying so we can see what we say. Okay? So on this great, most amazing day. I hope did y'all enjoy the little sticky notes? Did that help? Let me know if that helped y'all. Maybe we'll do some more tomorrow. And I'll try to get Rosie to write it bigger. Because y'all know JoJo cannot write like this. But sometimes I'm a visual learner, meaning I've got to see it. So when I read a book, I've got to actually hold the book and write in it. Like I don't like to read books on the computer, on my phone. I got to touch it. so I can make notes and I can feel the words come to life. So for those who are visual learners like myself, there's that. So I hope this has helped somebody today, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you want screenshots of anything, again, please let me know. Please make sure you share the show, because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to that YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Don't forget, we have listen and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers, okay? Because I need that. I think we're only at 8. We are at 80, and we're thankful. We want 1,000. We'll be grateful and thankful. So make sure that they subscribe to that. We have the podcast, we have the books, we have the movies, we have all the things. Have a good day, Kimberly. You're welcome, Laura. So I hope this has helped somebody today. And if you want screenshots of this, let me know and I'll hold them up for you. And if not, I'll take a picture of them so that they can be available for everybody else. So I hope you have the most amazing day. Please be peaceful, period, because there's nothing after that, period. Okay? Oh, yeah. Because on this side, I got 3 cameras. On this side, it looks right. So I'll take pictures so you guys can see it. I will do that. So you guys can see that. And I'll take pictures. All right, guys. I hope you have the most amazing day. Please make sure you share the show, because sharing is caring. Don't forget, Sister Roz One Day Intensive is going to be in Charlotte, August the 13th. So make sure you grab your tickets. You can come there. And I don't have the links up, so I'll have to post them later. If you want them, send me a message and I'll send you the links. If you don't want to do that, but you want to meet me in October at Sister Roz for a couple of days, please make sure to do that. I will post the links for that as well. So I hope you have the most amazing day. I want you to be peaceful, period. And I'll see you guys here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.